the missing angle. If I know the 30 and I know this one is what? I can find this one right here. So I do 30 plus 90 is 120. So then 180 minus 120 is 60. So now I know that this one is 60. We have a straight line, so these three angles have to add up to what? 180. So I'm going to add the 60 and the 70 to get 130. 180 minus 130 is 50. So now I know that this one here is 50. So then I add my 50 plus 85 and get 135. Then 180 minus 135 is 45. How many of you got 45 degrees? Good. Solve for the value of x. All right. What kind of angles are these? If I would highlight my lines, they are interior or exterior? Interior. Are they corresponding or alternating? So if they're corresponding, what do they equal together? 180. So I have to add them all together. So you should have written corresponding. Did anybody say something besides corresponding? Interior angles equal 180. So I have 18x plus 19x minus 5 equals 180. I'm going to combine my like terms first. So my 19 and 18 becomes 37x minus 5 equals 180. Then I'm going to box up my x, add 5 to both sides. So now I'm left with 37x equals 185. So then I divide by 37 on both sides, and x equals 5. How many of you got 5 for your answer? Good. We could skip 3 because we did that yesterday, bless you. And number 4. A store clerk asks his customers to fill out a questionnaire and mail it back. What kind of sampling method is this? If it's a questionnaire, does everybody have to return it? It's kind of like a survey. Sometimes like they'll give you a questionnaire, like from, if you get a receipt even at McDonald's now, they'll say, hey, fill out the questionnaire and you can maybe get like so many dollars off or a free sandwich or whatever like that. Do you have to do it? No. So what it's called, this questionnaire is called volunteer. It's a volunteer. You volunteer to do it. So it's a volunteering method. And I don't know how many times I get those receipts from McDonald's and I never volunteer to do those. I just throw away my receipt. Number 5, a living room wall is 13 feet long, so I'm going to draw my living room wall. How far from the corner would you have to have the edge of the 3-foot 8-inch shelf for it to be centered in the wall? So my whole wall is 13 feet, and I want my shelf, which is 3 feet 8 inches, to be centered. So what I did first is I took my 13 feet and subtracted my 3 feet 8 inches. But 13 feet, if I do 13 feet minus 3 foot 8 inches, can I do that here? Nope, I changed this to a 12 feet 12 inches. So now I can subtract, so I have 4 inches, and so now I have 9 feet 4 inches. Then I'm going to take my 9 feet and I'm going to make it into what? What am I going to change it to? Inches. 9 times 12 is 108 plus plus my 4. So I'm left with 112 inches on that wall. So then I take my 112 inches and I divide it by 2 because I want it equal on both sides. And that would give me 56 inches. How many of you got 56 inches on both sides? We did these second problems at the beginning of the year. So hopefully you guys were able to get this one right again. And to be honest, we just hung a picture in my bedroom and we did the exact same thing. We measured the whole wall, we did it exactly like this. So this is definitely a real world situation. John made 12 out of 30 free throw shots. About how many out of the next 10 free throw shots would you expect him to make? All right, so he made 12 out of 30. I want to know how many he's going to make out of 10. So you just set up an equivalent ratio. Can I just do 30 divided by 3? And then 12 divided by 3. So he's expected to make about 4 shots. How many of you got number 6 correct? Suppose 1/4 of your socks are blue. So 1/4 are blue. How many pairs of socks would you have to select randomly on average in order to get 4 pairs of blue socks? So 1 out of every 4 are blue, right? And I want to get 4 blue socks, 4 pairs, so I need to figure out my X. So I just do 1 times 4 is 4, 4 times 4 is 16. How many of you got 16 for number 7? Good. And 8. A deck of cards, no jokers. What is the probability of picking a card with a letter on it? Well, if I don't have jokers, what are my card choices with a letter on it? An ace, jack, queen, and king, right? Okay. Now, there are 4 of them, right? But there's 4 of them in each suit. How many suits are in a deck of cards? How many? 4. So I take this 4, times it by 4, and I get now 16 out of the 52 cards. So you kind of need to know how many suits there are and how many cards are in a deck of cards. Then I divided that to get 0.3076. Then I move my decimal point over 2 places, and that would be approximately 30 point, and you could say 76% or round it to 8%. It doesn't matter. How many of you got number 8 correct?